My family was military. We moved up and down the East Coast. When I was 8 years old, I decided to be baptized. But at that time, the church required you take courses, and you had to pass the courses in order to be baptized. I remember that just giving me this feeling that you had to pass a test in order to be accepted, not only by the church, but by God as well. That was such a formative experience for me, having to meet these expectations in order to be accepted. I feel like that was the message that I received from all of the churches that we attended. I had this belief in my heart that, if I messed up or I did something wrong or, sinned whatsoever, that, I had to hide from God, that I was going to be punished. I didn't feel like I could rely on Him in those most difficult situations in my life. So Sam and I actually started dating in high school. We were best friends. We were best buds. And I remember we were just sitting around one night and he goes, "Kim, I love you." And I said, "Yeah, Sam, I love you too." He said, "No, Kim, I really love you." And I sat back in my chair and I said, "Yeah, I think I really love you too." So we moved to Albany and we start looking for a church home. And we searched and searched and searched and just kind of gave up. We let other priorities take over. Finding that church home just wasn't a priority anymore. Our marriage started to just deteriorate. We weren't focused on each other. We let life get in the way and, just slowly started growing apart. And parenting is hard. Adulting is hard. And when you don't have that foundational glue, which is a true church home, to help you, to guide you, to keep that focus, things can get bad. 7 years into our marriage, I made some extremely selfish choices that ended up destroying my family. Sam and I got divorced. My family was broken. Not only did I disappoint myself, our extended family, our friends, that was the darkest time of my life. I went through a lot of depression and shame and guilt. But once I realized how much damage I had already caused, I felt like it was too late. Being raised in a church where you feel like your sin is punished and you have to, pay the toll, I became even further distant from God than I already was. That time was my rock bottom. And I know everybody's rock bottom looks different, but I literally just went through the motions of life. Being mom, being teacher, work and mom. That's all I had to give. And I feel like that was during that time, mediocre at best, because there was nothing else left. Once, I guess I came to my senses, is the best way I can describe it, and truly realized how much damage I had caused. It was about a year, and Sam and I still had interactions because we shared custody, and we just basically slowly started dating again. Sam's just an amazing guy, with one of the best hearts of any man that I've ever met. His ability to show true grace and true forgiveness, I don't think many people are capable of doing what Sam has done and what he has shown me. It took a lot of me proving to Sam my heart was in the right place, and that if we tried this again, that there might be a chance of success. He had been attending a church with the boys while we were separated. So on that Sunday, we loaded up as a family and headed to church. I had my reservations just based on, how I was raised and everything that I truly believed. This was my day of reckoning. Walked in, I was literally sweating bullets. Then Josh gets up there. Skinny jeans and flannel shirt. And I started thinking to myself, well, maybe this won't be as bad as I think it's going to be. He was kicking off Graceology. I have never in my life experienced a more needed message, exactly where I was at that time. After that, I was hooked. I had a completely different outlook. That was the first step in, healing myself. Sam and I were already working on healing our relationship, but I hadn't started working on healing myself. Grace City has blessed me with so much, just the knowledge of true grace, acceptance, and forgiveness. That has completely changed me as a person. My oldest son, Lathan, he jumped right in. His first night at youth, he went through Discover. This gives me assurance that my children won't grow up with the same misunderstandings about their ability to have a true relationship with God. Since then, Lathan has gotten plugged in at the church. He loves to serve in the toddler room, although he did share he might want to upgrade to the K through 5. He has been baptized, which was one of the proudest moments I think a mom could ever have. The blessings just keep coming. Over the course of the pandemic and quarantine, Barrett one night heard us talking about the amount of people in our community that are hungry. He said, "Mom, everybody in our neighborhood has food." He said, "Let's do a food drive." And so I sent it out on Facebook. We did a neighborhood food drive. Our neighborhood is amazing. We had so much donated. We were able to help several families. But more and more families kept needing resources to the point that we couldn't meet the need. So I reached out to Brent and Josh. They put me in touch with Faye Ellen, and so she pushed me through Discover because she wanted me on her outreach team. I really started to begin to discover within myself what God was calling me to do. I have been able to meet such a bigger need with the help of Grace City than I could have ever done on my own. My life has completely transformed. Every aspect of it. My family, my friends, my work relationships, just everything. What would I be? Where would I be had I listened to the enemy? Had I listened to that negative voice in my head telling me, no, don't go. You're going to be judged. You're going to, they're all going to look at you. They're all going to talk. Where would I be? I feel that my story can truly help others that are trapped in the belief that they are defined by their mistakes, that there will be punishment and retribution, and just being stagnant in their relationship with God. We are not defined by our mistakes. We are defined by Jesus' love for us and, just the sacrifice that he made for all of us. Everything is wiped clean. We are wiped clean. And what an amazing place to be.